Continuing a Vedic reader for students by Arthur A. Macdonell. Ushas. The female entity of Dawn is addressed in about 20 hymns. The personification is but slight. The physical phenomena always being present to the mind of the poet, decked in joyous attire like a dancer. Clothed in light, she appears in the east and unveils her charms. Rising resplendent as from a bath, she comes with light, driving away the darkness and removing the black robe of night. She is young, being born again and again, though ancient, shining with a uniform hue. She wastes away the life of mortals. She illumines the ends of the sky. When she awakes, she opens the gates of heaven. Her radiant beams appear like herds of cattle. She drives away evil dreams, evil spirits, and hated darkness. She discloses treasures concealed by darkness and distributes them bountifully. She awakens every living being to motion. When Ushas shines forth, the birds fly up from their nests, and men seek nourishment, day by day appearing at the appointed place. She never infringes the ordinance of nature and of the entities. She renders good service to the entities by awakening all worshippers and causing the sacrificial fires to be kindled. She brings the entities to drink the soma draught, different kind of mascarum, if they're talking about that. But opium, ephedra, and marijuana was certainly one blend that they did call soma in some places. Or perhaps that was the replacement for it. But then again, the term does apply. Particularly when you look at the Hyoma blend, that's 37 other plants. Now, I don't know if that's the only recipe, but she is born on a shining car, drawn by ruddy steeds or kine, which probably represent the red rays of morning. Ushas is closely associated with the sun. She has opened the paths for Surya to travel. She brings the eye of the entities and leads on the beautiful white horse. She shines with the light of the sun, with the light of her lover. Nowadays, we'd use different things for metaphors and maybe a horse or whatever, but a red sports car maybe. Surya follows her as a young man being maiden. Of course, if we're referencing plants or something. She meets the entity who desires her. She thus comes to be spoken of as the wife of Surya, as preceding the sun. She is occasionally regarded as his mother. Thus, she is said to arrive with a bright child. She is also called the sister or the elder sister of night, 10 out of 27, and their names are often conjoined as a dual compound, Ushasa Nakta and Naktoshasa. She is born in the sky and is therefore constantly called the daughter of heaven. As the sacrificial fire is kindled at dawn, Ushas is often associated with Agni, who is sometimes called her lover. Ushas causes Agni to be kindled, and Agni goes to meet the shining dawn as she approaches. She is also often connected with the twin entities of early morning, the Asthins, 771. When the Asthins' car is yoked, the daughter of the sky is born. They are awakened by her, accompany her, and are her friends. Ushas brings the worshipper wealth and children, bestowing protection and long life. She confers renown and glory on all liberal benefactors of the poet. She is characteristically bountiful. Magoni, the names of Ushas are derived from the root vas, to shine, forms of which are often used with reference to her in the hymns in which she is invoked. 64. Meter Trishtuba Edam Utyat Purutamam Purastanj Jotes Tamasoveyunavan Astat Nunam Devo Duhetaro Vivatir Gatum Karnavan Ushaso Janaya. This familiar, most frequent light in the east with clearness has stood from the darkness. Now may the dawns, the daughters of the sky, shining afar, make a path for man. Yod, see page 297.5. Purutamam, because appearing every morning, hence Ushasas, the dawns in the Tamasas, apple dependent on Asthat, Ud Asthat, the word Vayuna, though very frequently used, is still somewhat uncertain in its meaning. Well, in tonic, a quarter of the words don't have living meanings, so there's a lot of that in the pre-Quranic scriptures going on. The commentators explain it variously as Marga, road, Prajnana, cognition, and Kanta, beauty. Pichjal favors the first of these. Sayana here explains the Yunavat as very beautiful, are possessed of knowledge, showing everything. In other words, it here probably means making the way clear, except Gatum and Da Nunam. Note that in the Rig Veda this word always means now. Devo Duhetaras, from the point of view of the daily recurrence of the phenomenon, dawn is plural throughout this hymn. Gatum Sep 6 64:1. She makes all fair paths easy to traverse. Gurnavan, third sub, explained by Sayana as third pull et and purifying. The second. Astur Uchetra Ushasah Purastan Meta Eva Svaravo Advarashu Vevrajasya Tamaso Duavra Uchantir Avran Chochaya Pavaka. The brilliant dawns have stood in the east like poets set up at sacrifices. Shining, they have unclosed the two doors of the pen of darkness, bright and purifying. Ushasas, that is, each of the preceding dawns and the present one. Mitas, of Methix. Remember that reference to Zarathustra regarding two nights. So there's a lot of talk of pairs as a way of describing, and it can make things a lot more accurate than people realize when you do that. Savaravas, that is, shining with ointment. Sip 192.5. Svarum na peso viratheshu anjan chitram devo dukhita banum asret. The daughter of heaven has spread her brilliant beam like one who at divine worship anoints the post. The ornament of the sacrifice. Note the u in is lengthened, though followed by 2 consonants. Page 437, A3. Vrajasya. A simile with Eva omitted. Sip 192 for Gavo na Vrajam ve Usha avar tamah. Dawn has unclosed the darkness as the cows their stall. Devara, the 2 folds of the door. The dual of Devar, often being used thus. Ve, to be taken with. Evran, 3rd pull root of O, of Ver, cover. Uchantis, per put of 1 vas shine. Suchaya, Pavaka, these 2 adjectives very often appear in juxtaposition on the pronunciation of Pavaka. See page 437a. 3rd, Uchantir, Adya, Chayanta, Bojan, Rado, Veyaya, Ashaso, Magoni, shining today, may be the bounteous dawns, stimulate the liberal. To the Achitre anta panaya sasantu abudhyamanas tamaso vimadhya. I didn't mean to divide up the verse again, but giving of wealth in obscurity. Let the niggards, the stingy, sleep, unawakening in the midst of darkness. There's a similar sounding word that has nothing to do with the meaning of this one. So, yeah. Chitayanta, 3rd person plural, uppercase A with a line over ing, explained by Sayana as an indicative. Prajna payanta, they instruct. Verse 4. Kuvitsadevi sanayo navo vayamo vabuyad ushaso voadya yanana vangde angere dasangve saptasye Revati Revad Usha. For some reason messed up, but Ushaso is what I meant to say instead of should this be an old course or anew for you today? O divine dawns, it is that by which ye have shown wealth, ye wealthy ones, upon Navagava and Angera and Da Sagva, the 7-mouthed. Buyat, op puff of bu, exited on account of kuvit, set the notes on 235.1.2. The general meaning is the hope that dawn will bring wealth today as of old. Navagva and Giras and the Sagva are the names of the ancients associated with Indra in the release of the cows, enclosed by the Tannis and by Vala. Like the Goetia number 37, is that the one that, that might have been a good reference to include there if I didn't. I'm not sure all which I did, but the illusion in Saptasya is uncertain. In 454, it is an epithet of Brihaspati, who is also associated with the capture of the cows, and may therefore be meant here. The meaning would then be, bring us wealth today as ye did to Navagva and Giras, Dasagva, and Brihaspati. Ravate, Ravat. These words are found in connection with other passages also. Usha, second plural puff, act of one, vas, shai. Verse 5. Yuyam hedadir tayugdir asvaeh pare prayata bhuvanane sadyah prabodhayantirushasah sasantam dvipach chatushpach Charathaya Jivam. For you, O female entities, with your steeds yoked in due time, proceed around the worlds in one day, awakening. O dawns him who sleeps, the two-footed and four-footed living world to motion. Now, sometimes, there's talk about the angels being females and all that other stuff. A lot of these cultures, the Hindu and the ancient Egyptians and that sort of things, have not always considered that part as totally literal. Now, some people among their societies definitely did. So, Dvipach, Chatushpach, it's a bit of a difficult phrase. Charathaya, anyways, Para Prayata, accented, owing to he, on the accentuation of verbal prepositions, see page 469, uppercase B, lowercase a, Prabodhayantis, sep 192, 9, Vispam, Jivam, Charese, Bodhayante, awakening every living soul to move, Chatushpad, note that Chatur, when accented as first member of a shifts its accent to the first syllable. This word, Dvipad and Jivam, are all neuter. 6. Kuvasvera sam katama puraniyaya vidana Vidadurbunam subvam yach chumra ushasas charante navejnayande sarsir ajuryah, where, pray, and which ancient one of them was it, at which they impose the tasks of the Rebus, when the beaming dawns proceeded to their shining course. They are not distinguished alike, unaging, was it, and the gods being in parentheses because it doesn't say that, and the word is usually Devi, which isn't quite what I would call a god, but a sum of the dawns. Yaya, in a temporal sense, is at whose time. Vidadr, they, the entities enjoined. This probably refers to the most distinctive feat of the Booths, that of making one bowl into 4. Sep 161, 2. Ekam chamasam chatura kurnotana tadvo deva ebruvan, make the one bowl 4, and that the entities said to you, that was one of their Vidana tasks. Slubam cognate na vijnayante, they are always the same. Sep 192:10 punah punar dayamana purani samanam varnam abe sumbamana, being born again and again, ancient of days, adorning herself with the same color, where dawn is, as usually spoken of as a single female entity, reappearing day after day, whereas in this hymn, many individual dawns that appear successively are referred to. Now, the ancient Egyptian, you definitely find some of that going on, that they, referred to the night and the dawn entity, or twilight entities, as in feminine terms. But most cultures, sunrises and sunsets and the peaks, like high noon or midnight or the mid-afternoon when it's the hottest, these tended to be personified masculinely. But that part of the morning, after the sun's risen a bit, where it's not quite sunburn time and that sort of stuff, where the young mammals drink the milk from their mothers and that sort of stuff, that was also referred to in the feminine. 7. Taga tabadra ushasa purasur avishtidyumna rattajata satya yasu ijanah sasamana ukthaeh stuvanjam sandravinnam sandhyapa. Those indeed, those dawns have formerly been auspicious, splendid in help, punctually true, at which the strenuous sacrificer, with recitations, praising, chanting, has at once obtained wealth. On Pura with Puff, C213a, Ijanas, Puff, Put, A of Yaj, sacrifice, Sas Amana, Puff, Put, A, uppercase A with a line over it, Sam, labor, Stuvan, Chumsun is Stuvan, plus Sumsun. These general meanings of the stanza are, former dawns have brought blessings to the sacrificer. May they do so now. Verse 8. Ta chante samana purastat samanata samana paprapanah rattasya devi sarasa buddhana kavam nasarga ushaso jarante. They approach equally in the east, spreading themselves equally from the same place. The female entities waking from the seat of order like herds of kine let loose. The dawns are active. Samana, always in the same way. Samanatas, Sep 1, 124, 3, Prajanati, Iva na de so, Menate, as one who knows the way, she loses not her direction. Uratasya, Sarasa, Apple, dependent on Budhana, Sep 10, Sep 1, 124, 3, Ratasya Pantam Anav Ete Sadhu. She follows straight the path of order. Budhanas Aopat, awakening, not equals. Bodha Yantyas, awakening, trends according to Sayana, when and without an object. Budh is intercept. A Bodhi has awoke. Set of Ushas, 192, 11, 3, 61, 2, 782. Gavam na Sarga, Sep, 4, 52, 5. Prate, Badra, Ed Rikshata, Gavam, Sarga na Rasmaya. The auspicious rays of dawn have appeared like kine let loose. Jarante are awake, are active, are on the move. Sep a krante in a and 9ab are praised. Stuyante according to the Sayana. 9. Ta enu eva sammanna sammanir amitavarna ushas as charanti guhantir avam. Let me start that verse over again. Na enu eva sammanna sammanir amitavarna ushasas charante guhantir abvamasetam rusanbeh Sukras tanubeh suchayoruchanah. Those dawns, even now equally the same of unchanged color, move on, concealing the black monster, bright with gleaming forms, brilliant, beaming. On the accentuation of Navasi, 450 to B, Vam, Vam, not just regular B, 192, 5, Bhavate, Krishnam, Vam, she drives away the black monster of night. Rusadbes, form, irregularly agreeing with the Fa Tanubis. Note that the Pada text does not separate the endings of Byam, Bis, Byas, Su from stems and long vowels, nor of stems in because the pure stem in these cases appears in an altered form. For example, Preyabis, but not Piter Bis. Well, it looks like a weird, twisted S. Piter Bis. 10. Rayam deva duhetara vibhati prajavantam yatatasmasu devi senadavah pratebuddhyamanah suvireasya pateyah seama. O daughters of heaven, do ye shining forth bestow on us, female entity of wealth, accompanied by offspring, awakening from our soft couch towards you, we would be lords of a host of strong sons. Yachata. Per impav of yam here, construed with the locative, the usual case is the dative, 200 uppercase A, 1, prete bud yamanas, with A and abel, sept budhana, with abel 8C, 11. Tad vadevadu hitara vivatir upa bruva ushaso yajna ketu vayamse amayasaso janashu tadyaus chadatam Prthevi Chadevi, for that I, whose banner is the sacrifice. O daughters of heaven, implore you that shine forth, O dawns, we would be famous among men, let heaven and the female entity of earth grant that. Now, if you realize that some of the language usage is not quite as known, perhaps they didn't intend all these things quite as polytheistically, or it wasn't the only option of how to interpret them, you know. The batir to be taken with vas, upa brove with the two accents, page 304, 2, Yajnaketus, the singer has thus described himself in 113:19. The dawn is called Yajnasya Ketu, the signal of the sacrifice. Yasaso, the accent, 453, 9a, uppercase A, lowercase a. Janashu, this phrase frequently occurs in prayers. Vyam, the poet, having in B spoken to the singular on his own behalf, now changes as often to the plural so as to include the others who are present. The tam, long A is this last A there, third do of the, accented, though not beginning with the sentence because of cha, see page 468B. And why do they do that like little Greek thing with the B there?